Here.
Oh.
Bye.
I mean, I'm in a stream. Alright, see ya.
Oh boy, here we go. So we're playing NATO, I think. Yeah, I'm playing NATO. But actually we start from the same side, even though we're playing NATO. It's randomized on maps, just so you know. So I go wherever I go. There. But we get stopped, like, here. So this is an hour-long game, right? Like, I took infantry. Basically all infantry. No tanks. But this is a tactical game. Rudmir.
Yeah, no, I'm watching. I'm just staying quiet.
Yeah, okay. I don't know if you guys are watching. So, like, yeah, they rushed with their, Hinds and whatnot, and they took this town. I didn't even have tanks because it's all open fields. And then I realized that, it's broken, so I went to this forest because there's no point in trying to get into that town. Actually dismounted some troops, but I'm playing Eurocorps mechanized, I think. This player actually made it all the way, so he put all this stuff in this forest. There's multiple players here. Oh, everything is a bit... The stream, it's going to be delayed, so you should probably maybe mute me and mumble, I don't know. Like local mute me and mumble.
Oh no, I'm not listening to the, what's it again?
No, just local mute me and...
Just watching it.
Yeah, if you local mute me and mumble, then you can tell. So everything's like... Just right click my name and say local mute.
Okay.
I can still hear you though, probably. I don't know. Yeah, but this guy, he knew what he was... See, this is how sort of he pushed. In the forest, this is all stealth. And even here, if you see, this is all stealthy hedgerows. So anytime it's glowing like this means it's not seen. And this guy, he took this town. Okay, so this player, he was playing all the way over here, and he just left the game. And that was someone on their team. Okay. And so basically, he didn't really have too much forces here, so he just kept moving, troops. So I have AA troops and my anti-tank team. And when these are in buildings, they're stealth. So here we're actually playing NATO though, so, So I try to bring up my rocket troops up so they can launch on these vehicles since there's so many vehicles here. And you can see they can actually fire that far. This missile, yeah. It's like harassing, that's basically it.
save that money until fucking Wasteland 2 went on sale. After this, fucking Daisy.
So these guys die, I thought, yeah. Right.
It's Kanahana Katana.
Hello.
How's it going, friend?
Pretty good. Full of pie.
Psst.
We're watching Kirby show us how to play this map.
No, but like, you have to like use all these little hedgerows. Oh my gosh, see? There's little hedgerows everywhere, and that's all you have to use. Because units can hide in here. And you'll see that when we push up a bit in a moment. Like here it's just like a stalemate because this guy has a shit ton of stuff in this town. It's like a crawl.
Ah, there's a switch.
So here I'm just getting units to come so I can try to do an attack. And you'll see we'll try to take this town. Again, see there's troops all over here just harassing. I got more anti-tank up, and this is AA. What the enemy team is doing, they're pushing this side because the side's kind of weak, so that's one big problem. And you see, yeah, they got fucked. And so here we start pushing, he smokes it. And here I dismount because he can see my units kind of. And so I'm using cheap infantry to hold the line.
Yeah, whoever's popping smoke's doing a good job.
Yeah, and the thing is you have to pop smoke like all over the place because if there's recon over here, he can see still. And so I'm using these cheap Jaegers and I've stacked them 4-stack. This guy died, but you know. His APC was hit before he could get out, so they lost 10 people. So you see how many troops they have, and we have to keep bringing in infantry. We actually take all this area, just so you know. And the thing is, we're losing right now, but this is total destruction, so. And so I'm moving my Jaeger around because they're stealth, and unless there's a unit right next to it, they're really stealthy. And now there's only like, out of 40, there's, 4 left, but. So I'm just moving them around, just killing any vehicles. And this guy's moving up here too. So now there's just one guy left, and then he dies eventually. And then this guy's moving up. So basically, the entire point was we cleared this side of this town of infantry, or like annoyed them enough, so that even more expensive troops can actually, make it to it. So like, getting into the town is like the hardest part of urban combat. So see, we're bringing in even more troops now, like a big rush. And now, since there's no more infantry on this side of the town, or like, they're weakened or annoyed or used up ammo, we can actually move in and look, yeah, you get the idea. Just to see this is what they had, so, yeah. And so what happened there is my 4-stack of Jaeger was bombed, but it was right next to his other whatever infantry, so they both died. He, you know, killed his own teammates' units, but whatever. And so also these, like, when it's mechanized infantry, you have to use the transport vehicles because these weapons are, you know, these grenade launchers are super useful. Even if these units die, it doesn't really matter as long as they kill enough. So here there's Spetsnaz against some Brab. And so we effectively took this town, and the entire idea is when we take this town we can keep on moving infantry up without any harassment, since now they don't have any troops on this side of the town. So using this road, you see some guy brought up supplies and stuff, yeah. And this is under like constant artillery from the enemy team too, you can sort of tell. So here I start moving up troops. I put recon here and I start putting them. Again, more troops coming up. It's like the use of cheap infantry to secure a head, so your more expensive stuff can come through. Here I'm still using cheap stuff though. I don't really use... This deck is mechanized, so I have 9 cards of infantry. I have like 40 units of these cheap units. So here we even took this place because, you know, and this is 3 people, yeah. Here's an example. This guy moved up, well, in all that chaos, he moved up his recon here, and see it's silenced. And if you turn off the weapons, you can keep it silenced so it doesn't even fire back. And so like it can see all this, so we know. And so what happens is these Akulas, my Mistrals, are pretty high up there, and so I sneak them kind of closer, or try to, anyways. And this goes on for a bit. So what happens is we're moving up slowly. And so now my Mistrals can hit his helicopters. And he's trying to bomb us and whatnot. They're doing, you know... He actually kills some Mistrals here. And so here his Special Forces recon, these are German Special Forces. And if you notice, he turned off every single weapon that they have. They're not even using their sniper rifle. It's because it's so close to these enemy tanks, but this enemy tank can't see it since these guys are so stealthy. And that's like how you use Special Forces, especially recon, because this guy knows, oh, I have to turn off the weapons or else they'll fire back. And so we move up troops to these hedgerows. So some die, yeah. See, these Mistrals are firing on these Akulas, which are 130 points. And see, these tanks can't even see this recon. They're right there. They can't even see it. And that's the idea. He can see everything. Because you can never have too much recon. So he's smoking this entire town while they move up again, yeah. Also, one thing to note, we're playing Total Destruction, so the idea is you have to destroy everything. You have to make it all the way to the other side of the map and kill everything. Or force the enemy to surrender. Anyways. And so here there's some issues, but you know. I didn't show it, but the enemy tried to push through these mountains, so I had to move some Panzer Grenadier. These are cheap. Yeah. Yeah. So they're retreating a bit, and his recon is moving up. And look, they're not even being attacked because his recon was out in the open here, but it's so stealthy since there are only 2 men that here their stealth is exceptional. If you can read that, yeah. Playing at 10x speed, but I can't go any faster. And anyways, it just sort of turns into a snowball. But that town, we took it. And at this point, I just start moving units on this side of the map. He starts retreating his stuff, and you know. And here they're trying to do a push, another push. Again, it's these guys. Oh my god. And he's capturing supply trucks, you know, they do. I think that's it, basically. I'm trying to go to faster, but... You know, and then it just turns into a struggle to get into Foxtrot from here on. We just keep pushing. Get more points, and we get CVs up. It's only like 15 more minutes. Let's see how fast. So 5 more minutes, I guess.
How are they controlling? Like, how are your guys keeping Juliet safe with so few units there when Kilo's just across the river?
Here? Well, first of all, I guess the guy was too focused because a lot of them left, I think. But here, this guy, he's using recon, so he can see. This recon can see everything except these little tree lines, right? So this enemy probably has units in this tree line. And he has Panzer Grenadier to watch the bridge. He has Fliegerfaust. These are AA. Again, some more Panzer Grenadier. And what happened is, well, the troops moved up, basically. We moved this way, right? These bridges are death traps, so we didn't go across them. We moved up this way. And so his troops are here. But if, let's say, the enemy came across this bridge, he'll move across the bridge eventually, but he'll see it. He'll know it. And I think someone on our team was using air support, like pretty... You saw their Harriers get shot down a lot, but you know, they would react in that sort of manner. This guy left, and so they didn't try to cross, which was lucky for us. This guy had a lot of recon, if you notice. It's all recons and AA, so you know. And yeah, it's just a struggle. So they're just pushing up with infantry. Infantry are super powerful. Like, you cannot underestimate them. Because they're so stealthy, like that's the entire point. These Mistrals aren't even that stealthy in terms of thing, but all infantry have very good stealth. At least, even 10 men. So these things can waltz from that, they can make this distance from here to here without being seen, and shoot on their helicopters. And these helicopters cost, you know, 130. Those were like Akulas. They were in BC2, but they're like top of the line Russian Soviet attack helicopters. And they're, you know, 130 points, and these things cost 30 points maybe. So they're easily getting their cost. Actually, I think these are high level AA, so they're like, 1 is 30, so 2 is 60. But they shut down, you know, multiple Akulas. And just 4 stacks of infantry, like, what happens is when you have 4 stacks, is they can focus down a unit, because they all fire at the same thing. And they have all these Panzerfaust, and these are expensive. Panzer Grenadiers are really good. They're like top of the line Eurocorps. So that's what I have mine by deck, but I didn't use it much. I use Jaegers, which are cheap. They're just normal line infantry. Here my tanks ran out of fuel. They're close to running out. And you see I have some... So this, I mess up here. He had a lot of recon and stuff, so I had to bomb them, but you know. I mean, the game is over at this point. We've taken most of the map, and we'll just kill Charlie, get the... Like, look at these Fallschirmjäger, you know, they're behind enemy lines, and they can still see. They can see what he has here. Problem was, this guy was attacking this side through all these mountains, and they were just siphoning infantry. Because, like, once you get infantry into these mountains, they can, you know, they're hidden for really hard to see them. You have to, like, comb. So he starts building up troops. This guy starts putting troops across the bridge eventually, once he realizes he can. Actually, this Mistral unit is really nice. It's a Eurocorps unit, but it actually has AA rockets on it, so it's recon with AA missiles. The Mistral is the best NATO anti-air launcher for manpad. So like Mistrals, they're expensive though. Manpad is man portable, anti-air. Yeah. It's okay, we're just pushing, blah blah. And it's like hedgerow to hedgerow. You jump. You clear it out with recon, and you jump from hedgerow to hedgerow. So your units are always stealthy. Like look at, they're always in stealth. They're never in the open. Because you know, if you can't see them, you can't shoot them. Oh, here I moved some recons. I mean, it's leopards, and I'm playing mechanized, so these are the best leopards I get. And these go for water. You see, yeah, we move up here. And I'm trying to move stuff across the ocean here. I don't think it works out too well for me in the long run, but you know, it doesn't really matter too much. And eventually what happens is we push into spawn, our team spawns a shit ton of helicopters, and we clean up the map. And that's it, I don't know. Let's just get to the end really fast. But yeah, like this part is really hard because it's all infantry sort of based with vehicles playing a secondary role. And vehicles are supposed to support the infantry. Sort of like combined arms. And here's like sort of, you know, just killing off stragglers, basically. I mean, the enemy team is trying their best, but you know, it's over. I think there's like 2 people playing at this point. So these Akulas are super expensive. That's what? 150, yeah. They're in BC2 on one map, but yeah. And here I just left my units as they were. I didn't really move them up much because I was focusing on this push here. And I make it across the ocean. And here helicopters, blah blah blah. And at this point we're actually winning by a shit ton of points because we actually, you know, they had a really good player on their team. That's who rushed in the beginning into this town, because normally if we push hard enough we can get this town at the beginning, but he knew what he was doing. He was a ranked player, so. And so here's the captured supply trucks that are using to supply his own force. Also micromanaging everything, that's what these people, like planes you have to micromanage so you can hit evac at the right time. See, a lot of times you'll see planes be evac ordered instead of evac Winchester because, you know, their player knows, oh, I want to take it out. And here is just, you know, final stretch. And here, that's all my special forces doing their thing. And here's my, like, helicopters, yeah. I just called every special forces I had, and so they kept going across the mountains. And the same thing here, you want to go across the mountain, you don't want to go on the roads because, you know, they're infantry, they can walk the mountain. And here was an accident, I was trying to get troops here, but it went through the roads because I wasn't paying attention. So here, the best player, yeah, you get the idea. Blah blah blah, it's almost over. And yeah, you get the idea. It's over. I think this was a really hard game though, like compared to games I've normally played, because they had a really good player, this guy, and he rushed and capped